Welcome everybody back to Intensity Broadcasting. My name's Josh Holl. This is the Original Rebels Racing League Holl Heating and Sheet Metal Truck Series here on Intensity Broadcasting. This is the last race of the Racetrack Revival here at North Wilksboro. 150 laps here from this historic short track. Again, my name is Josh Holl. We're looking forward to a great race here tonight. Let's take a look at what's going out on track. Jonah Colbert currently your quickest truck on the track. Cody Boehm sits back in second. Tyler Rice in third. And guys having a little fun out there on the short track. Josh Oswald sits back in the fifth position. Let's take a look at the points coming into tonight. Garrett Kinder on top, although we know he's not going to be racing here on Sunday nights anymore, unfortunately for him, with a change of work. So Daniel Cunningham will be your points leader. Cody Boehm, Christopher Heiner, and Aaron Adcock round out your top five. Then Josh Oswald, Tracy Pastons, Jonah Colbert, Chris McLean, and Charles Stevens make up your top 10. Eddie Smith has a win, but he's back in 11th. Christian Dedman back in 12th. Brandon Wallace, Spencer Gay, and Mickey Isaac round out the rest of the field, or make up the rest of your top 15 in points currently. As we see drivers just having some fun out there, trying to get around this tricky, historic racetrack. Let's ride on board with Tracy Pastons and see what makes this track so tricky. As you come down the backstretch, you actually are going uphill up into turn number 3. As you go into turn number 3, you can see that there's that curbing there, much like Martinsville on the inside corner. That if you hit that just right, it can really upset the truck. Then you go uphill down into downhill down into turn number 1. So because you go uphill on the backstretch and downhill on the front stretch, it changes your braking zone completely for the two corners. So even though they're similar, even though it's a symmetrical track, having those braking zones different really can mess with you, especially going down into turn 1 here. You see there's no curbing there on the inside. Really flattens out there on the apron. So watch for tonight. We talked to a couple drivers. I know Garrett Kinder, sad day not being able to see you here tonight. But we've talked to a couple drivers in the last couple races here, both Friday night in the Grand National Series and just recently Andy Kurtz getting the win in the Outlaw Truck Series. And they said that running the middle line is kind of the line you want to run. It's really hard to pass on the inside. You can get passes done on the outside. So watch tonight to see who's able to actually get some passes done and who's able to move through the field. We saw a pretty clean race at the beginning of the last one. Ended with a bunch of cautions, including a green-white checker. We saw much of the same Friday night. So with this short track, 150 laps here tonight, we'll see who is able to survive and get the win here tonight at North Wilkesboro. Again, we want to thank everybody who's watching, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch. That's right, we're back on Twitch as well. We do appreciate everybody tuning in tonight for the Holl Heating and Sheet Metal Rebels Truck Series. Of course, we want to thank some of our great sponsors here tonight, including Holl Heating and Sheet Metal, Kinder Farms, as well as Peg Leg Felts, Cofield Asphalt Refinishing, and on Intensity's side, we want to thank our great sponsor, Butt Kicker. If you're not familiar with Butt Kicker, Butt Kicker is an established and trusted leader in haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker brand haptic transducers let you feel ultra-low frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers worldwide. Butt Kicker's products' patented design makes them incredibly accurate, powerful, and virtually indestructible. The Gamer Plus is the new and upgraded sim racing and gaming haptic hardware that reproduces immersive, accurate, and powerful sim racing, sim flight, and gaming effects. To check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out which one is right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. I know I have the Gamer Plus hooked up to my office chair, which is what I race in, and just having that extra feel out there is incredible. It vibrates the chair. You can feel your tires losing traction. You can feel every gear shift. You can feel the rumble of the engine, every bump. If you're on a road course and you go over the curbing and the rumple strips, you can feel that just like you would in a real car. So definitely a neat little package. If you're looking for that little bit of extra seat in the pants feel and a little more immersion, check out thebuttkicker.com. And that's going to do it for practice here. We're about to go get qualifying underway. Paul Passon says he's watching. Thank you, Paul, for tuning in tonight. And we're get ready for qualifying. Let's see who the first truck will be out on track, and it will be the 53 of Tracy Passon's. Makes his way off of pit road and onto the track. Tracy comes off at turn number 4 to take the green flag for his first of 2 laps. Down the backstretch and into turns 3 and 4. Trying to avoid that curb down on the bottom, running that middle lane, as we've seen a lot of guys do this weekend. Jonah Colbert jumps up to the provisional pole. Passon's right down to the bottom through turns 1 and 2. Down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Again, running that more middle lane through turns 3 and 4. Off the corner to the stripe. And Tracy is going to jump up into the 4th position. William Griffith just coming off of turn number 4. He's coming to take the white flag. Running that middle lane, kind of diming in the corner on his qualifying attempt, right up against the wall, using every inch of the racetrack. Down through turns 3 and 4. And down to the stripe, and Griff is going to come across the line in the 9th position. Jason Lottridge on his white flag lap. Down off of turn 4 and to the stripe. And Lottridge is going to go P8 on his lap. Tyler Rice out on track. And to the stripe, Tyler Rice on his first lap. He's going to jump up into the 9th position. Into turns 3 and 4. And to the stripe, and Tyler Rice, it's a little loose off of turn number 4, but he's going to go P8. Mickey Isaac sitting on the end of pit road, getting ready to go. Charles Stevens says, Josh, can we have a moment before tonight's race for Kinder? It says he's racing for Kinder tonight. So we'll see what Charles can do here as he's making his way out onto the track. Cross the line, take the green flag. Kinder says, give him hell, Charles. Back into turns 3 and 4. Coming to take the white flag. Charles is going to jump up to P4 on his first lap. See what he's able to do here on his second lap. Right up against the wall, using every inch of the racetrack, trying to keep that momentum up off the corner through turns 3 and 4 and back to the stripe. And Stevens is going to run almost an identical time, stays currently in the 4th position. Mickey Isaac just took the green flag on his run. Almost down into the grass in turns 1 and 2. Runs that middle line through turns 3 and 4. Actually gets a little bit lower off the corner to the stripe. Takes the white flag. Again, right there, locked on the bottom is Mickey Isaac off of turn number 2 down to turns 3 and 4. See the front end bouncing over the bumps on that low side down to the stripe. And Mickey Isaac's going to go P8. Aaron Adcock just took the green flag coming down the backstretch and into turn number 3. And Aaron goes P9 on his qualifying attempt. Kyle Roberts just taking the green flag. Comes across, takes the white flag. He's going to go P13 on his first lap. And back across the line. And Kyle Roberts up into the... Well, he's going to stay in that 13th position. Christian Dedman making his way out on track. Notice some of the drivers' numbers weren't popping up on the driver information, so trying to make it so we can read everybody's numbers here. Dedman takes the white flag, currently 15th on his first lap. Through turns 3 and 4, and back to the stripe, and Christian Dedman, it's really loose off of turn number 4. He's able to keep it straight across the line. He's going to go P3 and wrecks the truck in the process. So we've got 4 trucks left to qualify. Charlie Elmore, Alex Veith, Aaron Johnson, and Chuck Pegleg Feltz, all yet to turn their qualifying laps. Gender says full tilt, full time, and for sure, I was full send. That looked like one of those hold my beer moments as he went full send off of turn number 4 to move himself up into the top 3. And with 2 minutes left here in qualifying, see if anybody else makes their way down to the end of pit road. Of course, plenty of time to get out there. You can take your out lap and 2 qualifying laps in about a minute. Not sure if there's anybody out there who's going to have anything for Jonah Colbert. So again, we want to thank everybody for joining us, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitch. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. And don't forget to check out our web store at intensitybroadcasting.com. You can find hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs, Intensity swag, as well as Atlee Atman We swag. If you weren't in the first race, I was talking about Atlee's great finish down at Atlanta Motor Speedway. He got himself his first Bando win in the B main to transfer into the main event. Unfortunately, an incident happened in front of him. He went through the grass to avoid it and caught a sewer drain. Ended his night for him, but still had a great race, getting that first Bando win under the belt, and lots more to come for Atlee. So check out Intensity Broadcasting. There are links down below for all our great sponsors down in the description below. So that is going to do it here for qualifying. We're getting ready to show our starting grid. And our peg leg Phelps pole a winner tonight goes to the 31 of Jonah Colbert. Daniel Cunningham will start outside in row number 2. Christian Dedman with that wild finish in the qualifying. He'll go P3 with Cody Bohm rolling off from the 4th position. Row 5 will be Charles Stevens Jr. and Tracy Passions outside of him in position number 6. Row 4 will find Josh Oswald and the 69 of Spencer Gay. Round out your top 10 will be the 01 of Mickey Isaac and the 23 of Aaron Adcock. Brandon Wallace qualifies 11th with Tyler Rice in 12th. Jason Lottridge and Kyle Roberts will make up row number 7. Then Christopher Heiner and William Griffith back in row 8. Row 9 will find the 75 of Chuck Pegleg Phelps and Alex Veith to his outside in position number 18. And then rounding out the rest of the field, the 19 of Aaron Johnson and the 20 of Charlie Elmore. So as we get ready, we're going to make 2 pace laps here tonight before we get going for 150 laps here. At North Wilkesboro Speedway. Sorry, had a message come through and distracted me. I do apologize for that. But one more lap to go before we go green flag racing for 150 laps of excitement here tonight at North Wilkesboro. Exciting news, of course, if you haven't heard. North Wilkesboro will be the site of next year's NASCAR All-Star race. So NASCAR making its way back to the historic track in North Carolina. But here we go. We're getting ready to go back, or start green flag racing. Yeah, back green flag racing, as this is the second night race of the night. Jonah Colbert's going to lead them down to the green flag. Daniel Cunningham to the outside. Green flag is in the air. We are racing here at North Wilkesboro, and Jonah Colbert immediately trying to get around Daniel Cunningham to take over that top spot, and he will clear Cunningham. Cody Bohm up on that high side. He's got the coach, Christian Dedman, pushing up the track a little bit, keeps off of Cody Bohm. Cody going to be able to take his momentum away, take over that third spot. Now coach has Tracy Passions looking up to the high side, and we saw that high side showing some speed here. Eddie Smith says, oops, I think Eddie might have missed the race. They are side by side. Ooh, big wiggle out of the 53 of Tracy Passions. He's able to keep it off of Coach. And, Coach is going to get into Passions. Tracy, though, able to hold on to it. They're 3 wide. Charles Stevens Jr. on the bottom, Coach on the middle, and Josh Oswald passing them both up on the high side. So move Oswald up into the 5th position as he's trying to battle here with Charles Stevens Jr. What a great battle. Already some 3 wide racing, some contact, and Tracy Passion's making a hell of a save to stay out of trouble, out of the grass, and to continue going, and we stay caution free. Christian Dedman is continuing his slide backwards now as he's under pressure from the 01 of Mickey Isaac down on that low lane. Isaac almost gets into the side of Dedman, and Dedman's going to try to use that high lane to get the momentum, but Isaac using that low lane to take the shorter way around. Ooh, one off track already. We got Kyle Roberts spun around on the backstretch. Down in the grass, though, so no caution. We're going to stay green as Jonah Colbert just making his way off of turn number 2 to come to the scene of the accident. But Kyle Roberts is rolling, so no caution. Christian Dedman and Mickey Isaac continue to battle side by side. And Jonah Colbert is continuing to pull away as he now has a 3/4 of a second lead over the 54 of Daniel Cunningham. Mickey Isaac thought he was going to be able to drive it in just a little bit deeper, and now he's going to slide up. No, he's not going to be able to slide up in front of Dedman. Dedman gets to run back on the high side. Isaac thought about pulling a little slide job there, but wasn't able to. Right behind we see Brandon Wallace, who put in a lot of laps in the previous race in the Outlaw Series. Knows how to get around this track. Knows how to go around on this track as well, as he had some issues in the first race, but so far able to keep it clean as Mickey Isaac almost lost it getting deep into the corner. Now he's going to clear up in front of Christian Dedman. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened to Kyle Roberts here. He was down on the low side of Jason Lottridge and just hit the gas a little too hard, looped it around, caught the inside barrier, but able to continue on. So up front, we see Daniel Cunningham catching the 35 of Kyle Roberts, who just had issues. Jonah Colbert was able to get around the lap truck. Just behind, Josh Oswald starting to run down Tracy Passons to try to take over that 4th position. Oh, caution is out on the track, and it looks like it is for the 12 of William Griffith turnaround on the backstretch. That's going to bring up our first Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. We take a look to see what happened to Griff here to bring out the caution. Catches the inside wall and just barely gets over the line there to bring out the caution. Justin Rao, are you talking about the car volume or the broadcasting volume? You say it's kind of low. I want to know which one is low. If anybody else can verify that the volume needs to come up, I can adjust those. So Jonah Colbert, your leader, has led every lap since the drop of the green flag. Chuck Pegleg Feltz and Alex Veith starting to move their way through the field. Both of them are up 3 spots from where they started, up into 14th and 15th respectively. Couple drivers making some little moves, up 2 spots. No real big movers yet, as we're only 17 laps into the race. No takers down on the pit road either. And we're going to get ready to re-rack them, restack them, and refire them here at North Wilkesboro. Lights on the pace truck. They're getting ready to shut off. Jonah Cobert is going to take the low lane. That's going to put Daniel Cunningham up on the high side. Cody Bohm and Tracy Passon's going to restart in row number 2. Josh Oswald, Charles Stevens back in row 3. As we get ready to go, green flag racing pace truck hits pit road. Green flag is in the air. We are back racing. A big jump for Jonah Colbert as he makes his way down into turn number 1. Daniel Cunningham able to clear both Cody Bohm and Tracy Passons as they are side by side for the third position. Just behind, we see Josh Oswald and Charles Stevens Jr. side by side as Oswald's able to clear the 88 of Stevens. So just the battle between Bohm and Passons continues. Ooh, Cody got a little loose there off the corner, able to keep off of Tracy as they go down into turn number 4. And Bohm fighting hard on that inside lane. And caution is back out. It looks like it's for Spencer Gay, Kyle Roberts. Looks like Mickey Isaac might be involved in this one as well. That's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. And Justin, I have everything turned up as loud as I can on my end. I do apologize if the sound is a little low. Let's take a look to see what happened. We see Mickey Isaac down on that low side. Oh, we see him get a little wiggle. May have hit that curb. And then Brandon Wallace turns the 0-1 around. Spencer Gay goes for a slide. There goes the 1 of Christopher Heiner through. Kyle Roberts gets a little piece. Alex Veith able to get woed down. No damage for him. So we'll see a couple drivers coming down pit road. Aaron Adcock, able to get down on pit road. Brandon Wallace get some damage fixed. Mickey Isaac. Chuck Pegleg Feltz down on pit road as well. And Jonah Cobert has a little bit of fun with the pace truck. Jonah Cobert running a paint job, very reminiscent of Dale Jarrett back in the Ford Quality Care paint job. Cody Bohm running that. Well, it's that Furniture Row paint job, which is a bit of a throwback, but he runs that every week. If anybody else has any throwback paint jobs here tonight, Christopher Heiner in that Bass Pro Shop machine. I don't see any other throwbacks, but a great looking 31 for Jonah Colbert. So we're going to re-rack them here. Get ready to go back green flag racing. Jonah Colbert choosing that inside lane again. Green flag in the air. Big jump for Colbert as he makes his way down into turns 1 and 2. Tracy Passons, Cody Bohm continue to race side by side. And Passon's going to slide up in front of Josh Oswald, who's going to cross over now and take the inside lane down into turn number 1. Passon's going to have to slide up the track just a little bit, but he's going to take that momentum off the corner and keep that 4th position. Cody Bohm starting to run down the 54 of Daniel Cunningham down into turns 1 and 2. A little further back, we've got drivers who were just involved in that incident trying to make their way back up towards the front. Mickey Isaac and Chuck Pegleg Phelps side by side. Pegleg down on the low side. Isaac up on the high side. Neither one of them giving an inch. Alex Veith right in front of these two and right behind Brandon Wallace. Jason Lottridge and Aaron Adcock side by side. Aaron up on that high side. Trying to get the momentum off the corner. And again, we heard in the first race that high lane is the place to pass. You really can't get passes done on the low side. So Aaron Adcock going to move himself up into the 11th position. Cody Bohm now all over the back bumper of Daniel Cunningham. Bohm just not able to get to that back bumper to try to make a move. So now we ride along with Cody Bohm, holding a pretty wheel down into turn number 1. Not really using a whole lot of steering input on entry. And that's what you want to see, because that helps keep that truck from getting too loose. Kyle Roberts and Christopher Heiner now doing battle back here. Roberts going around the high side of Heiner. That'll move Kyle Roberts up into the 10th position. Just in front, we saw Christian Dedman really loose on entry, battling with Aaron Adcock. And some contact between the 23 and the 3. And Dedman did not like the contact. He goes in and makes some contact with Aaron Adcock, and that is going to bring out the caution. And that looked like a little bit of anger in that pass here. And let's bring up the Wreckage Rewind and roll it back to see exactly what just happened here. We're going to rewind it just a little bit further because we see off of turn number 4, yeah, some contact there between Aaron Adcock and Christian Dedman, and not really sure if Deadman just overdrove the corner or what happened there, but that's going to bring up the caution. Aaron Adcock not going to pit. He's going to stay out and be up into the 7th position. Cody Boehm stays out. He's going to take over the lead. So a few drivers staying out here. Cody Boehm, Kyle Roberts, Pegleg Feltz, Brandon Wallings, William Griffith, Aaron Adcock, all staying out. Jonah Cobert, your first driver with fresh tires, going to restart back in the 7th position. Now we know that passing is a premium here. It's very tough to get around somebody here at this track. So we know Jonah was fast out in front. We'll see if he's going to have any speed a little bit deeper in the pack. So we re-rack them, restack them. We're getting ready to refire them here at North Wilkesboro. Cody Boehm to the inside. Kyle Roberts to the outside. Pegleg Feltz and Brandon Wallace back in row number 2. Then Griff and Adcock in row 3 as Cody Boehm hits that loud pedal. We're back. Green flag racing. A big jump for that 78 machine as they make their way down into turns 1 and 2. Pegleg battling with Brandon Wallace. Wallace up on that high side. Pegleg down on the bottom. Let's see if Pegleg can pull a little slide job here. We got 3 wide. Aaron Adcock, William Griffith, and Jonah Cobert. Cobert able to get around. So now he's battling back towards the front. Not really showing much patience as he's going to go to the high side of Pegleg. And immediately going to try set his sights on the 99 of Brandon Wallace. We're seeing the difference in tires right now. Jonah Cobert's able just to pretty much drive anywhere as he wants on the track. Looking down to the inside of Brandon Wallace. Looks like he's going to get Kyle Roberts at the same time off of turn number 4. Move Jonah Cobert up into the 2nd position. And, ooh, Brandon Wallace almost gets loose off of turn number 2. So move Cobert up in the 2nd. Now he's going to start to chase down the 78 of Cody Boehm. Ooh, Pegleg slow on the bottom of the track. No caution. We continue on. As Jonah Cobert continues to run down the 78 of Cody Boehm, and Jonah is coming in a hurry. We'll look off the back bumper of Cody Boehm, and you see that 31 truck getting bigger and bigger. It's going to take a look right down to the bottom. And Jonah Cobert's going to retake the lead on lap number 47. A little further back, we see some side-by-side racing. Daniel Cunningham trying to work his way through traffic around Brandon Wallace and setting his sights on Kyle Roberts. Right behind me, see Charles Stevens Jr. as well. And another one around, couple around on the backstretch, couple teammates. William Griffith and Christian Dedman both around. Kinder's not going to be happy to see that. That's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. And we see teammates running side by side. Griff got a little loose, comes down into Dedman and sends them both up into the outside wall. So tough break for both those drivers. And now we see Cody Boehm down on pit road. Aaron Adcock back on pit road. Brandon Wallace Kyle Roberts and Chuck Pegleg Felts all making their way down on the pit road. Jason Lottridge getting the lucky dog to get back onto the lead lap. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing. Light should be popping off this time on the pace truck. Oh, it looks like we're going to go one more lap. So a third of the way through the race here tonight at North Wilkesboro. Saw a great race earlier with Andy Kurtz getting the win in the Outlaw race. We'll see who can hold on. See if Jonah Colbert can hold on for the win here tonight. In the first race, we saw Corey Hines lead and dominate most of the race. Then get caught back a little bit on a restart and allowed Andy Kurtz to get the win. We'll see if something similar happens here tonight, as Jonah Colbert, we've seen, is the class of the field. Tracy Passons, though, getting ready to start to his outside. Josh Oswald and Daniel Cunningham back in row number 2. Pace truck takes that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Jonah Colbert hits the gas pedal. Green flag back in the air. What a great jump for Tracy Passons. He is side by side with Jonah Colbert for the lead as they make their way off of turn number 2. Colbert, though, able to get the throttle down and leave Passons in the dust. Passons, though, fighting back on that high side, trying to get something going. Just behind, we see some side-by-side racing. Tyler Rice and Charles Stevens. Rice able to get around the 88. Now he's going to set his sights on the 54 of Daniel Cunningham. Ooh, Stevens got really loose off of turn number 4. That allows Rice to clear. That also allows Mickey Isaac to start making his moves here to try to catch up to Charles Stevens Jr. And how about Alex Veith? Sitting back in the 8th position, having a great run. And right behind, we see some side-by-side racing as Spencer Gay and Brandon Wallace are side-by-side. This is a battle for the 11th position. Cody Boehm on those fresh tires, trying to make his way through the field. Looking down to the inside of Christopher Heiner. Ooh, almost some contact as Boehm able to use those fresh tires to move around the 1. So he's cracked himself back up into the top 10. And he's looking at the back bumper of Alex Veith, trying to take over the 8th position. Back towards the front, we see Josh Oswald running down the 53 of Tracy Passons, trying to take over that 2nd position. And Cody Boehm has cleared Alex Veith, and he's setting his sights on Mickey Isaac. Tyler Rice, though, up 7 spots up into the 5th position, having a great run. But Alex Veith up 9 spots, your biggest mover of the race so far, up into the 9th position. Trying to hold on for a top 10 finish here tonight. Tracy Passons and Josh Oswald. Oswald taking a look down to the inside And as I say that, Alex Veith just went off track and lost all his positions, falls all the way back to the 18th position. He's going to have to regroup. See if he can get some strategy in here. Let's take a look to see what happened to Veith here. Well, already off track at this point. See if he had any help or if he just lost it on his own. And yeah, unfortunately, looks like he just tried to get the power down a little too quickly and lost it on his own. Yeah, old Tyler Rice has been fast here all weekend too, as here goes Josh Oswald taking a look down to the inside of Tracy Passons, trying to take over that second position. A little loose off the corner, but Oswald fighting hard on the inside. Almost some contact between these two drivers. Passons able to hold off on that high side. Oswald takes that look back down to the inside off of turn number 4. And just so hard to make the pass on the low side, as we've seen all weekend long. Oswald, almost gets into the side of Passons, trying to use the bumper to move that 53 out of the way. While they're battling here, it's allowing Daniel Cunningham to close in on this battle as well. And Cody Boehm has moved himself up into the 6th position on those fresh tires, making hay while the sun shines. He's taking a look down to the inside of Tyler Rice, so move Boehm up into the top 5. As the battle between Oswald and Passons continues. Here comes Oswald looking back down to the inside. Tries to push that 53 up the track. Passons gets loose, trying to put the throttle down in the middle of turns 1 and 2. This might be Oswald's chance. Still down on the bottom off of turn number 4. Not quite clear enough to pull a slide job here as they go back down into turns 1 and 2. And Oswald trying every short track trick he knows to get around the 53 of Tracy Passons. Thought he was going to be able to clear, but Passons gets back to the throttle and able to fight hard on that high side. And man, this is a battle for the ages right here at North Wilkesboro. Side by side for the last 5 or 6 laps. Neither driver giving an inch. While that's going on, Daniel Cunningham's now getting passed by the 78 of Cody Boehm. Now what's Boehm going to do? He sees these two battling in front of him side by side. He's on fresh tires. Is he going to try to force it 3 wide? Is he just going to watch it play out here, or what is he going to do? Just kind of trapped in behind. Oh, Passons gets loose into the corner. Oswald's got his opportunity as they go down into turns 3 and 4. Passons loses it again. He's really loose. He's burnt off that right rear tire. He's going to fall all the way back to the 5th position. So move Oswald up to 2nd. But here comes Cody Boehm on those fresh tires, as Oswald's now loose, trying to hold off that 78 machine. So Tracy doing everything he could to hold off the 17 of Josh Oswald, but in the process completely burnt off that right rear tire. And you see exactly what that did to him, as he's fallen all the way back to 5th position. And he's still loose, trying to hold on to that truck. We ride along with Tracy here, and we can see as he's trying to get back to the throttle. Having to hold that wheel almost straight into the entry. It's not a good feeling having a truck that's that loose. Loose is fast, but not when you're out of control. Cody Boehm and Josh Oswald continue to fight. Boehm just got loose himself. Allowed Oswald to hold on to that second position. And with all this battling, it's allowed Jonah Colbert to stretch his lead out to just over 3 seconds. Tyler Rice, Brandon Wallace, Mickey Isaac all battling for position back here. It's a battle for 7th, 8th, and 9th. As Charles Stevens Jr. makes his way, or tries to make his way around Tracy Parsons. We know that that right rear is gone on that 53 machine. Can Stevens take advantage? See Parsons trying to fire back hard on that high side. And Stevens is going to clear. Well, I thought he was going to clear Parsons, but Parsons fights back hard on the high side. This time he is going to clear Parsons, as Parsons was completely sideways off of turn number 2. Out in front of this, we see Cody Boehm got around Josh Oswald. Now Daniel Cunningham fighting with the 17, trying to take over that 3rd spot. Just past halfway. We are 7 laps past the halfway mark. Jonah Colbert continues to lead. Battles all over the track. As Tracy Parsons now battles with Brandon Wallace. We're watching that 53 just unfortunately in a tailspin, literally as that right rear is burnt off. And Brandon Wallace trying to get around. Kinder says points battle between Cody and Daniel will be good, that's for sure. This battle continues here for the 6th position. Right behind, we see Mickey Isaac making his way into this mix as well. A little further back, Spencer Gay trying to get around the 1 of Christopher Heiner. And almost some contact. Gay got really loose off the corner. Almost got down into the side of Heiner. He was able to hold on to it. And this battle between Wallace and Parsons will not give up. Neither driver wants to quit. Now Wallace is going to clear the 53, move himself solidly into the 6th position. Josh Oswald, Daniel Cunningham, battle for 3rd. And Cody Boehm has 11 lap fresher tires than Jonah Colbert. That is not the one I wanted. Oh, yellow flag is out. Spencer Gay around in turn number 3. That's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind as we take a look to see exactly what happened to the driver of the 69 machine. And just lost it all on his own. And then Heiner finished him off. Ooh, Chuck Pegleg Phelps made a little contact there as well. So this should bring off or bring down the entire field on the pit road. And Aaron Adcock was running back in 11th, Kinder. I'm sure he smoked off his right rear trying to get through the field. As we watch the race off pit road. Jonah Colbert with that first pit stall. Huge advantage for him. Kyle Roberts gets off pit road first. Jonah Colbert Cody Bohm, Josh Oswald, Daniel Cunningham, and Christopher Stevens. Actually, Kyle Roberts was a lap down, so let's scratch that. He is not your leader. It will be the 31 of Jonah Colbert. So we are under caution for the 4th time tonight. Want to thank everybody for joining us again, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch. We do appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. Of course, Intensity Broadcasting is brought to you by Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is established and a trusted leader in haptics. Butt Kicker brand of products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers worldwide. This patented design makes it incredibly accurate, powerful, and virtually indestructible. Check out the haptic hardware, produces immersive, accurate, and powerful sim racing haptics and gaming effects. You can check them out at thebuttkicker.com. A pace truck getting ready to pull on the pit road. We're already back. Green flag racing. Great jump for the 31 of Jonah Colbert, as Cody Bohm is able to tuck right onto the back bumper just behind Daniel Cunningham and Josh Oswald going at it. Oswald down on that low side. Cunningham up on the high side. We see Brandon Wallace trying to battle hard on the high side of Charles Stevens Jr. How about William Griffith back in the 7th position after having troubles earlier, battling his way back up into the top 10. As Stevens fighting hard on the inside of Brandon Wallace, he's going to take over that position. A little further back, Christian Dedman battling side by side. Oh, Tyler Rice. Oh, Tyler Rice up into Dedman. Rice able to hold on to it, no caution. Dedman able to hold on to it as well. What a save for both drivers. And we stay green. And Cody Bohm starting to pull away. I'm sorry, Jonah Colbert starting to pull away from Cody Bohm. Field's starting to get a little sprung out here. So take a look here from the aerial view. This great facility here in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. Through the years, we've seen great races in NASCAR, and we're going to be able to see that yet again as they've announced NASCAR will be coming back to North Wilkesboro Speedway, and a great view overhead of this fantastic racetrack. See a little battle heating up here between Aaron Adcock and Jason Lottridge. Kenner was asking about Aaron earlier, and you see the damage to the left side of that 23. Definitely slowing him down just a little bit. Up front, we see battle starting to commence between... Oh! Charles Stevens Jr. got way down below that curb. Really slowed him down. And then Brandon Wallace got loose off of turn number 4. So a couple of mistakes made there as William Griffith looking up to the high side. Christopher Heiner getting around the 12. Here comes Tracy Passions looking down to the inside of Griff's machine. And you see a lot of damage to that 12 as well, as he's seen better days. Daniel Cunningham and Josh Oswald continue to run nose to tail. Both of them fighting for that final podium spot. And Jonah Kohler comes off of turn number 4. We have just 45 laps to go here at North Wilkesboro. Kyle Roberts, Jason Lottridge, Tracy Passions all battling back here. Tracy having struggles after showing so much speed earlier. But now he finds himself way back in the 14th position as he's looking to the high side of Tyler Rice. I'm sorry, Spencer Gay, who is a lap down. He's setting his sights on the 51 of Alex Veith. See Daniel Cunningham looking off the back bumper at the 17 of Josh the Jet Oswald. Oswald trying not to use the bumper to get around that 54 machine, but it's short track racing. He may have to do what he's got to do to get around that 54. Cody Bohm keeping contact with the 31. Oh, we got one around. Caution is out. And it looks like it's for the 12 of William Griffith, as that's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. This is our 6th caution of the night. Looks like, whoops. That was the wrong button. It looks like Griff and Pegleg were battling here for a position. And Chuck just drives it in a little deeper and makes some contact with Griff. It looked like he was struggling to get back to the throttles. Loops right around. Doesn't look like much damage for either driver, although they're going to make their way down onto pit road. And we see Spencer Gay getting the lucky dog here tonight. Don't forget to join us next week as our season is coming down, or the regular season is coming down to the end of the season. Next week, we go from this short track here at North Wilkesboro to Talladega Super Speedway in both the Outlaw Series and the Rebels. So Super Speedway racing at its finest at Talladega. Then we move on to the Roval in Las Vegas. That will end your regular season and the playoffs will begin. Auto Club, Chicagoland and Bristol will be your round of 12. Homestead, Kansas, and Richmond your round of 8. And then Atlanta, your championship race here in the Rebels, as well as the Outlaw Series. Grand National Series, though, they got something a little different going on. If you like road course racing, you're going to want to tune in on Friday night, as the Grand National Series will be ripping those Gen 6 cars around the Red Bull Ring. That's right, we're packing up and heading to Austria for 35 laps around the F1 track. Then we'll close out the season at Nashville Fairgrounds. Then something a little different, we'll have the playoff wildcard race at the Motegi Oval. That's right, we ship them overseas again to Japan. And then the playoffs start for the round of 13, Texas, the Roval, and Dover. The round of 8 at Atlanta, Richmond, Darlington. And then rounding out the season at Homestead, Miami in the Grand National Series. But we're getting ready to go back racing here. Pace truck is back on pit road. Green flag's back in the air. Jonah Colbert with a great jump. Josh Oswald, how about that jump he got? He's able to clear Daniel Cunningham to move himself solidly up into third place. Your top 5 drivers currently nose to tail. Brendan Wallace, though, looking up to the high side now of Daniel Cunningham, but Cunningham able to get the power down to get back around that 99. Charles Stevens Jr. trying to get up in the mix here as well. Right behind, we see some side-by-side racing. Peg leg down on the low side of Christian Dedman. Aaron Adcock right there as well. Adcock almost gets into the back of Dedman. Don't know if that was a little retaliation for earlier or what, but here comes Adcock now, forcing him. Whoa, he's going to take out Chuck. What a wild move, as Adcock was able to make that stick. Unfortunately for Chuck Pegleg Feltz and Christian Dedman, and it just did not work out in their favor, but Aaron Adcock moves up into 9th. And caution is out on the track, and it looks like it is for the 3 of Christian Dedman. And that's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch replay for the 7th time tonight. And this looks like it actually starts with Tracy Passons down on the low side. Oh, Denman's already sideways getting into the corner. Gets into the back of Passons. And then the 3 loops it around as well. So, fortunately, neither one of them hit the wall. So, it doesn't look like any damage to either driver. And here's a turn of events. Daniel Cunningham, Mickey Isaac, Chris Heiner, Pegleg Feltz, Alex Veith, and Tyler Rice all on pit road. So Daniel Cunningham giving up that 3rd position to come down pit road and take tires. Kinder says in the chat, wow. There's a lot of wow right there in the last 6 laps or so. So we're going to get ready to re-rack them, restack them, and refire them. We go back green flag racing. We'll have 28 laps to go. Granted, we don't have any green-white checkers. We did see the green-white checker in the first race. Man, if you're a football fan, here's an interesting fact for you. Not a single team in the AFC South won a game today. And 2 teams played each other. Chew on that. Weird day for football all around today. But here we go. We are re-racked, restacked, getting ready to refire. Lights are off on the pace truck. It's getting ready to take that left-hand turn on the pit road. Jonah Colbert back on the low side. Cody Boehm up on the high side. Pace truck is on pit road. Jonah Colbert immediately hits that loud pedal. We're back, green flag racing. Cody Boehm to the outside, thought about making a move there, but was not able to make it happen. A little further back, we've got the 17 and the 99 that were just side by side. And caution is back out. It looks like it is for the one of Christopher Heiner. That's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind as we take a look to see what happened to the driver of the one machine here. On the back bumper of Mickey Isaac. Almost gets into Isaac and looks like he might have tapped the brakes to avoid running in the back of Isaac and looped it around on his own. Stacy Passon says, Adcock says, seems to me that 3 has been involved in several cautions. And, yeah, Christian Denman definitely not having a good race tonight, having a rough night. And currently sees himself back in the 17th position. But with all these cautions here, you know the old saying, cautions breed cautions. Over on IntensityBroadcasting.com, we actually have a t-shirt saying just that. It's our #1 selling t-shirt on the website. You can pick that up over at IntensityBroadcasting.com, as well as all of our novelty tees, as well as Intensity gear, League gear, and Atlee Atman Luis gear as well. So check that out over at IntensityBroadcasting.com. You can find a link below in the description as well. So it looks like Brandon Wallace made his way down pit road, so he will not be restarting near Josh Oswald this time. And when we cross the line next time, the lights on the pace car will be off. We will go one more lap before we return into green flag racing. Let's take you quickly through the top 10. Jonah Colbert is your current leader. Cody Boehm sits back in second. Josh Oswald in third. Charles Stevens Jr. in the fourth position. We find Aaron Adcock up into fifth, with William Griffith to his outside in sixth. Jason Loutridge runs seventh, with Spencer Gay in the 8th position. Tracy Passion's back in 9th, and Daniel Cunningham round out your top 10. Pace truck hits pit road. Jonah waits this time, hits the loud pedal. We're back, green flag. And Cody Boehm was not able to time that restart. He's going to tuck back in line behind Jonah. Just behind, we see Josh Oswald clearing the 88 of Charles Stevens Jr. William Griffith right behind, but Aaron Adcock looking up to the high side, trying to get around Griff. Not going to have the run through the corner, but he's going to keep running that middle lane. As we saw earlier that with Andy Kurtz in the first race, that middle lane can definitely work out for you. Just behind, Daniel Cunningham already up in the 7th, making his way around the 69 of Spencer Gay. And now that 54 looking down to the inside of Aaron Adcock. Side by side, this is a battle for the 6th position. Adcock fighting hard on the high side. Griff is going to slow down Cunningham just a little bit, I think. No, Cunningham's going to be able to clear Aaron Adcock as they go down into turn number 1. Adcock fighting hard, though, back on the high side. Tracy Passon's just behind, battling with Spencer Gay. That's a battle for the 7th position. Adcock got loose off the corner. Spencer Gay and Tracy Passons both had the check up to keep from running him over. Now Passons looking down to the inside of Aaron Adcock. Teammates side by side down into turn number 3. Passons, loops, almost loses it off of turn number 4. Able to hold on to it. Wow, what a save for the driver of the 53 machine. We've seen that a couple times tonight. And Tracy's still trying to hold on to it, that right rear. Oh, he gets turned around by the 6 of Tyler Rice. Oh, caution is back out, and it's going to bring up another Wreckage Rewind. And tough break for Tracy Passons. It was loose. He was trying to catch it and just kind of slid up in front of Tyler Rice, and nothing Tyler Rice could really do. He was trying to hold on to it. See if we can get a good view here. Trying to get the right view. I think the blimp is going to be our best view here. So take a look at what we saw. And yeah, it looks like we're going to rewind this just a little bit further. Saw Passons get really, really loose here on the gas underneath Mickey Isaac. And then, Tyler Rice had nowhere to go. He kind of came down off the wall just a little bit. Looks like Passons might have pushed up just a little bit. Two drivers coming together at the same time. And Alex Veith, Christian Denman involved as well. So a tough break for Tracy Passons. Christian Denman comes down onto pit road. And Jonah Colbert continues to lead. Kevin Kinder says he's finally able to sit and watch. Hello, all. We've got a pair of Kinders in the chat. As we are approaching 10 laps to go. Lights are off on the pace truck. Jonah Colbert's going to choose the inside. Cody Boehm to the outside. Josh Oswald, Charles Stevens Jr. row 2. William Griffith, Daniel Cunningham back in row number 3. As when we take the green flag, we will have 10 laps to go in the regular scheduled distance, unless we get a caution and we go into a green-white checker. But here we go, pace truck back down onto pit road. Jonah Colbert leads him back down to the green flag. Green flag is in the air. Another great jump for Colbert. Able to keep Cody Boehm behind him as they make their way down into turns 1 and 2. Josh Oswald looking down to the inside of Charles Stevens. Stevens fighting hard on that high side. Trying to move himself up into the top 3. And we see Daniel Cunningham right there in the mix as well. Cunningham on much fresher tires. He was back on pit road on lap 120. Everybody in front was on pit road on lap 89. So Cunningham trying to use those fresh tires to gain as many points as he can. I know he's in a points battle with Cody Boehm with 8 laps to go. Out front, Jonah Colbert continues to lead. Cody Boehm trying to run down that 35. Caution. Caution is out on the track. It looks like Aaron Adcock was involved. Christopher Heiner as well. And for the 10th time tonight, we'll bring up the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. And oops, I hit the wrong button. Doing that a lot tonight, hitting that wrong button. See Mickey Isaac down to the inside of Aaron Adcock, and it looks like Isaac, just overdrove the corner. A little bit of net code, spins that 23 around. Alex Veith involved. Christian Dedman can't get slowed down. Dedman continues to have a rough night. And Alex Veith, Aaron Adcock down onto pit road. Looks like he's going to get some tires and try to get back out there as Jonah Colbert is going to lead. And looks like we're going to have ourselves a green-white checker finish. Garrett Kinner says, tell the 3 to go hit the pace car. He's hit everything else here tonight. You know, that's one thing I wish iRacing would do is make the pace car solid. I know that's why they don't, because I was around when the pace car used to be solid. And, you know, the pace car can come through you trying to catch the field. Yeah, it used to actually come through you, and it was not a fun time. So here we go, off of turn number 4. Lights are going to turn off on the pace truck. We're just going to set ourselves up here for a green-white checker finish. Green flag will come out. The next flag will either be the white flag or the yellow flag. If the yellow flag comes out, we'll re-rack them and do it again. If the white comes out, the yellow flag will be put away, and we will race back to the checkers. Here we go. Jonah Colbert leads them back to the start. Green flags in the air. Again, able to get out in front of the 78 of Cody Boehm. Does Boehm have anything for him in these last 2 laps? Side by side behind Daniel Cunningham. Cunningham about able to clear Josh Oswald, but Oswald fighting back hard on the inside. Almost some contact between Oswald and Cunningham. Whoa, we got a wreck behind. Caution back in the air. Trying to see who was involved in that one. Looks like it might have been, not sure. Let's bring up the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind and see what brought this one out. Looks like it started with the 69 of Spencer Gay, who jammed on the brakes to avoid getting into the back of Mickey Isaac. May have made a little bit of contact with Isaac as well. Brandon Wallace right there makes some contact. Chuck Pegleg Feltz there. We see Jason Lottridge hard up into the outside fence as well. So we're going to re-rack them, restack them, and do it all over again. We know Jonah Colbert's going to choose that inside lane yet again, putting Cody Boehm up on the high side. Lights go off on the pace truck. Kevin Kinder says so close. It was so close to having the checkered flag in the air to end it here tonight. But here we go. Jonah Colbert looking down on the inside. Coming back to the restart. Green flags back in the air. Cody Bohm immediately tucks back in behind Josh Oswald. Daniel Cunningham again battling for that third position. Ooh, Oswald got a little loose there off the corner. Almost came down into Cunningham. Cunningham, though, on those fresher tires, has the position on the low side. White flag is in the air. Cunningham loses it off the corner. He's going to fall all the way back into the 9th position, battling with Tracy Passions as Jonah Colbert comes off of turn number 2, down the backstretch and into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Off of turn number 4, Jonah Colbert is going to get the win here tonight. Cody Bohm's going to come home in second. Josh Oswald picks up the 3rd place position. Charles Stevens Jr. and William Griffith round out your top 5. But your winner tonight in dominating fashion yet again, the 31 of Jonah Colbert. He's going to immediately make his way down onto pit road. And he's going to come find victory lane. He's going to burn it down on the infield. As we see a couple cars coming out there to join him in the infield. Unusual place for the Rebels, the Rebels Demolition Derby at the end, but we'll take it. So we take a look at your finishing order here tonight. And Jonah Colbert, again, gets his 3rd win of the season over Cody Bohm in 2nd and Josh Oswald back in 3rd. Charles Stevens comes home 4th and William Griffith in the 5th position. Mickey Isaac comes home 6th. Brandon Wallace rebounds for 7th. Tracy Passions in 8th. Daniel Cunningham and Aaron Adcock round out your top 10. Chuck Feltz in the 11th position and Tyler Rice back in 12th. I'm sorry. Chuck Feltz in 11th and Christopher Heiner in 12th, Tyler Rice in 13th, Spencer Gay comes home in 14th, and Jason Lyridge in that 15th position. Alex Veith, who had a strong run at the beginning of the night, comes home 16th. Christian Dedman back in 17th. Kyle Roberts in the 18th position, and then Aaron Johnson and Charlie Elmore round out the rest of the field here tonight. As we get ready to talk to our top 3, I don't know why I was kicked out of the broadcasting room, but starting with your 3rd place finisher, Josh Oswald. Josh, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, man, I got you. How are you?
Man, great run for you here tonight, showing those short track skills, able to battle at times out there and get yourself up into the top 3. First off, battling out there was intense. What was the racing like from behind the driver's helmet?
It was tough. It's just tough to pass. I mean, I like to, get that good undercut drive off the corner exit and pull up alongside. But every time I try to do that, truck just get looser. It just never wanted to really bite. You really had to be patient on the throttle coming off the corner. It was surprisingly, the truck never got tight throughout the race. It just progressively got looser.
Yeah, we saw that battle that you had with Tracy Passions, and it looked like Tracy burnt up his right rear battling with you on the high side. How was your right rear feeling at that point after that? That was about a 20-lap battle you guys had there.
It took a few laps to calm down. I mean, once I got clear of him, it got real squirrely. Luckily, I had a teammate behind me give me an opportunity. Cody let me gather it up, and so I could, get the temperature back down a little bit and continue to race on. But yeah, they were definitely angry after that.
Well, for sure, coming home with the podium here tonight, and you said to teammates, cutting you a break there as well. That's always a nice thing. But man, with the strategy coming in tonight, it seemed like the race was going green flag for a good portion. Then we just had caution after caution Did those cautions there at the end help you or hurt you?
I think once the other guys behind us started to come in for tires, they started to hurt us, letting them catch up to us. We needed to stay green to kind of run away, being on the older tires. But luckily, the three of us were able to make it work. Daniel got up there on fresh tires, and I really didn't have anything for him. He was going to take third if he didn't get loose up off of turn 4 coming to the white flag. I mean, so I think all the cautions at the end really they hurt our strategy because we were expecting it to stay green and we had enough fuel to go to the end. But it all worked out.
Well, again, a great run for you here tonight. We move on to Talladega next week, so good luck there. Before we let you go, anyone want to shout out? Any thanks you got to give?
Oh, yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for taking care of the broadcast. All the admins at Original Rebels that keep the league going, keep it fun. Everybody at Velocity Motorsports. If you haven't heard of us, you will. And Big Frig Coolers. If you don't have one, get yourself one. If you want to keep your stuff colder longer than anybody else, to quote Kinder. Shout out to Kinder, stuck on the night shift. Watch the broadcast. Love you, buddy. We miss you. And Magic Mike is watching. I know he's just getting back into it. Always a shout out to that guy. He's the man.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congrats on the podium, and good luck with the rest of the season.
Absolutely. Thank you, man.
So that was your third place finisher, Josh Oswald. Let's bring in your second place finisher. I'm not really sure what just happened with my screen there. Everything just went black. There we go. Let's bring in your second place finisher, Cody Bohm. Cody, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Hey, how's it going?
Man, great run for you here tonight. Thought you might have had something for Jonah there towards the end. Just come up a little bit short, but man, talk us through that race. It seemed like a lot of hard battles for you as well, just like Josh Oswald, and able to manage their tires and get yourself up into the top 3.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, the early run of the race, I think it was in 4th or whatever, and everybody else pit, and I stayed out so I could lead a lap, get a point, and the strategy ended up working out, I guess, because the next caution I pit and worked my way back up to second place anyway, so it ended up actually getting me ahead of Cunningham, so I was able to stay out in front of him, but I mean, he was definitely faster than me, but track position definitely helped a lot.
Sure, and that's one thing Kinder said in the chat here tonight was the points battle between you and Daniel is getting good. Unfortunately, Daniel had an issue there, fell back to 9th at the end. So a good point stay for you to move you up a little bit there. That's got to feel pretty good and have some momentum going into Talladega.
Yeah, for sure. But I'll be honest, I want to win a race. I mean, the points are great, but I want to get a win. I've been really trying hard and trying to get better, and I think I have gotten a lot better. But I just want to win a race in the trucks for sure.
Well, next week we move on to Talladega, which is kind of a bit of a wild card. How do you like your chances there next week?
I don't know. I don't. We'll just see. We'll just see how it works out. But those races can be kind of a crapshoot. So maybe I'll get lucky. Somebody's got to win it, right?
Absolutely. Hey, if you're gonna get your first one, you might as well get it somewheres, right? But
yeah, I'll take it wherever.
That's for sure. Well, great job here. Coming home runners up, the bridemaid, but a great run overall. And before I let you go, anyone want to thank any shouts you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, I want to shout out Garrett Kinder and the whole Reaper Racing crew. I mean, I know he can't race with us anymore because of work, and it really stinks. But hopefully, we'll do him proud and we'll carry the banner for him here. But just want to thank him for letting me come on his team, and because I mean, it makes it so much more fun to hang out with these guys.
For sure, and he's been rooting you on in the chat all night tonight. So he was here in spirit watching you. Yeah, he just said, "Miss y'all too, fellers," and he hopefully we'll be able to get him back at some point. But again, great run for you tonight. Before we let you go, though, anyone else you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank you for doing the broadcast and just everybody in the whole field tonight for the most part running clean. I know it's a short track and we had a lot of cautions, but we had a lot of green flag runs too. So I mean, got to take the good with the bad, but could have been a lot worse.
For sure. Well, again, congrats on the second place finish, and I'm sure we'll get that win for you before the season's over.
Hey man, I sure hope so.
Hey, have yourself a great night.
Thank you, you too.
That was your second place finisher, Cody Boehm. Let's bring in your winner here tonight. The driver of the 31, Jonah Cover. Jonah, you got Josh up in the booth. You got it?
Hey, Josh.
Man, dominating performance for you yet again, getting your third win of the season, and just able to get around the short track just a little bit better than everybody else. A lot of cautions, though, at the end, especially that green-white checker. You saw the checkered flag, and then the yellow flag came out. That had to worry you just a little bit.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that one came out. I had passed the pace truck when that caution came out, so I was a little surprised, but it's all right. We were doing pretty good on restarts almost the whole night, so wasn't too worried about it. Only one I was worried about was Daniel because I think he had fresh tires, but so.
Yeah, we had Daniel did have fresher tires there as he was running behind you, and man, you just able to dominate and get around this track. You're so fast all night long. I really don't know what else to say. I mean, every time you win one of these races, it seems like you're out there in dominating fashion. But it's a good points night for you. Going to bump you up a little bit. Like I said, your third win of the season. And we move on to Talladega next week. So what are your feelings about the Super Speedway next week?
I might be sick next week. So opposite of this, I like the short track stuff and the trucks. It's a lot of fun. Tonight was just there was some bumps in 3 and 4 that was really hard to navigate. If you could navigate the bumps, that was where the speed came from mostly. So it was just about keeping the nose pointed down towards the inside of the track when you'd hit those bumps. Because if you didn't, it would get real tight on you. So that just managed the bumps and it worked out. So.
Yeah, it seemed like a majority of the incidents tonight actually happened in 3 and 4 with one driver pushing up into another, hitting those bumps. So that makes a lot of sense down there. And man, I got to shout out your truck tonight, too. You got a good looking ride out there that really reminiscent of that Dale Jarrett paint job there. So nice paint job for you tonight.
I appreciate it.
And before we let you go, anyone else you want to thank? Any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, shout out to the Kinder boys. That's Kevin Kinder and Garrett Kinder hanging out in the chat there with us, supporting the league. Sure miss Kinder running with us. This would have been a real fun race with him, but got to go to work, got to do the real life stuff. Kinder Farm and Ranch, Cofield Asphalt Refinishing, Dark Horse Motorsports, Chuck Pegleg Felts, and JC Race Graphics and Intensity Broadcasting for putting all this together. And a shout out to the Reaper boys for letting us hang out with them in their chat. Cody was fun to race around. He's a good, clean driver. Always a blast to race with him. And shout out to my teammate Daniel there for putting up a good finish.
Yeah, with the right rear burning off like we saw all night tonight, Kinder would have surely loved to be out there tonight. So
yeah, it's his type of race, man. He would have thrived in that. So
for sure. Well, again, congrats on the win, third win of the season, and we look forward to seeing if you run next week at Talladega.
All right,
the rest
man.
of the season.
All right, thanks.
So that was your winner, Jonah Kober, getting the win here tonight at North Wilkesboro Speedway. We want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. Whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch, don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Don't forget to support the channel at intensitybroadcasting.com and check out thebuttkicker.com as well for all your gaming haptic feedback for not just racing sims, but flight sims and all games as well. You can check the links below in the description. Again, congratulations to Jonah Kober and everybody here tonight in the top 3. Great race. 2 great races at North Wilkesboro. Hell, I'll just say all 3 races I called here this weekend have been fantastic, and I look forward to doing a little bit of racing that I'm familiar with, the Super Speedway racing, next week on Sunday night at Talladega. So good night here from Intensity Broadcasting, and as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over and out.